everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably tell, I have moved, but yeah, so I'm just going to give you like a little update, and I'm going to do my makeup with you on screen, and I'm going to do like a chit chat. Get ready with me. I think might be able to hear some noise because I have got the window open. You can hear the birds, which is nice because where we used to live you just hear traffic all the time. And also I am not naked, I am wearing a little romper suit. I realised from this angle it looks like I haven't got a top on. I'm just going to get started. I'm not really sure what kind of look I'm doing today. I know I want to do a green makeup look because I haven't done a green look in such a long time. I might start with the eyes because I feel like if I get any fallout it's just going to ruin my makeup, but I'm just going to prep my skin with the Makeup Revolution's Pro Studio Priming Water. I'm going to go in with a couple of primers. I'm going to be using they're both from L'Oreal. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Lumi Magique and the Skin Perfection Magic Touch Instant Bless. I've just put a couple of pumps onto my hand like so. Apply this more to the sort of outer areas of my face, just on like the high points. I don't really want it too much sort of in this inner corner because that is where I do get oilier and I do have large pores, so I don't want those to be accentuated. But I'm just going to go in now with the Magic Touch. And I've applied it to the areas that I have large visible pores, so I have it underneath my eye sort of area. I also have a blemish on my lip here, so I'm just going to apply some on that just because it helps with texture. I'm just going to apply it on my nose as well. I'm just going to put it up around my eyes as well because you do get sort of fine lines and stuff, so that'll help fill those in. And I kind of use sort of pressing and not really swiping, but I just sort of press it and move it into the skin where I need it, but I'm more sort of pressing. Okay, and then on my forehead is the last. I got some left over, so I'm just going to put it on my cheeks because I have a bit of texture and a few blemishes on those, so I'm just going to put whatever's left over on my fingers. I felt like I had a bit too much. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyelids, and I'll zoom you in. Okay, so the product I'm going to use is the Smashbox Day Finish Lid Primer. I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid. Go in the inner corner, up over the lid, and also up to the brow bone. So I'm just going to blend that in using my finger, and as you can see it is a skin toned product, but it's fairly warm toned as well. It's a bit darker than my skin tone, but I do like it because it adds a bit of warmth to the eye makeup look. Okay, so I've blended that both in, and then I think I'm going to get some sellotape to just mark out my eyes. Okay, so I'm just getting my sellotape. I'm just going to line it up with my lower lash line. Take it back. This is the Dior 5 colour Couture eyeshadow palette in the shade Grege 734, and I'm taking this white shade here just to set that primer on my eyelid. I'm just applying this everywhere we applied that primer to our eyelid, so I'm just taking it all over the eyelid. It's highlighting my inner corner perfectly as well. I'm going to take all the way up to the brow bone, so it kind of acts as a brow bone highlight as well. I think I'm actually going to take the brown from this palette as well and just run this through my crease. So I'm taking it on a MAC 224 brush. I forget how much I love these eyeshadows from Dior. They're just so creamy and they just blend out so smoothly. Just love them. But yes, I'm just applying this into my crease, and this is just going to act as a transition shade today. Okay, so I have my blue-green palette from M.A.C, which is just full of M.A.C eyeshadows in blue and green shades. I think I'm going to be using this shade today and probably a mixture of the greens. I might go in with that lime green and just apply that all over my eye, building up this lime green colour. The shade that I have all over my lid is called Bitter. And then the shade I'm now going to go in with is called Lucky Green, and it's sort of a similar lime green colour, but it's got shimmer in it. I'm going to leave that bright green right in that inner corner, but then I'm going to start packing this Lucky Green shade over the other 2/3 of the eye. So sort of on this outer half. Shade right here, which is called Humid. And again, this is a nice sort of shimmery colour. And I'm just going to pack this on that sort of outer V. And just gently blend a little bit into that crease area. I'm also elongating it as well up to that tape. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a blending brush now. This is a Sigma E25. I'm just going to start blending out this dark green, which was Humid. Okay, so this one is kind of greeny. I think it's called Plummage. Yes, it's called Plummage. So it's kind of a sort of dark teal, like very dark teal. Okay, and again, I'm just going to pack this. I'm just going to do the same thing, just pack it on the outer corner and start creating that sort of winged out shape. Right, so I'm going back in with that E25 brush and just blend this colour out. Just softens it up. I'm going to go back in with that brown colour from that Dior palette and just apply some more into that crease to really warm that crease up again. You get to the, sort of this stage in your makeup and you're just like, don't think this is going well whatsoever. Back in with that Humid shade actually. I'm going to start sort of packing that product. I'm kind of now taking over half of the eye with this Humid shade. And then I'm going to go back in with that Lucky Green shade and just overlap so it sort of blends. Okay, I'm going to take the tape off. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a couple of foundation-y BB cream style products. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Camera Ready BB cream. This is in the shade Fair. And I'm going to go in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I haven't used in the longest time. But I'm going to mix them together to create a kind of medium full coverage. Because obviously it is summer. I do want a full coverage still sometimes. But also I kind of want a lighter feel. Because Estee Lauder can be extremely heavy, so by taking and then mixing it with a BB cream, you're still getting the sort of high coverage, but it's going to be a lot lighter on the skin. Hopefully this doesn't set before I blended it all out. So I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender and blending that in. I love using a beauty blender, even if I've applied my foundation with like a kabuki style brush. I just love to go over with a beauty blender because I just feel like it creates such a seamless finish and just looks so natural. Even if you are using like a heavier coverage, you're not going to see any brush strokes or any lines if you go in with a sponge. The first concealer I'm going to go in with is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age the Eraser. So I'm just going to wind that up, get some product into the little sponge. So it gave a fairly nice amount of coverage, especially underneath my eyes. I'm just going to amp up a little bit more and also highlight with my MAC Pro Longwear. This is in the shade number NW15. So I'm just going to apply this with my fingers first. And as you can see, it's a good sort of couple of shades lighter than my skin, or than my foundation even. In the centre of my face and underneath my nose is pretty much where I like to do that. So, and then just blending. I just love the MAC Pro Longwear. And all I'm going to do now is actually apply some lip balm because my lips are feeling a bit dry. So I'm going in with the Cocoa Butter formula from Palmer's. It's the Dark Chocolate and Peppermint Lip Butter. I'm going to next go in with the Soletan de Chanel Bronze Universal. I'm going to take on a Duo Fiber 130 brush from MAC. Just swirl it in there, swirl it into the product, and I'm just going to apply it in kind of circular motions. Kind of like how my skin is at the moment. It's kind of natural. Like you can still see my freckles. And you can still see some sort of redness, but not very much, which I like. It's more about perfecting than completely erasing what you look like. Especially in summertime, because you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I'm just going to take a little bit on the sides of my nose just to start warming that up a bit. I'm going to go in with Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder with a powder brush and just tap it in, get rid of most or all of the excess, and then you just start pressing it into the skin. Now I'm going to go in and bake. So I'm going to take a mixture. So I'm first of all going to take the Laura Mercier Lucent, mark out my cheekbones where I'm going to contour. But for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Secret Brightening Powder. I'm going to take this and apply this underneath my eyes, all the way up to the side of my nose. So on the nose, you just want to keep going and create the guideline for where you're going to place your contour. On the tip, I kind of go more on the tip. I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm using this shade in the middle, which is Fawn. And I'm just getting this on a M.A.C, I think that's a 232 brush, just a large eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to run alongside that powder. And it may look kind of crazy right now, kind of dark, but once you set the middle part and you apply and blend out all the powders, it's just going to blend everything all together. So I'm taking the very tip of my Beauty Blender now. I'm just kind of pinching it, just sliding that down. I think for my eyeliner, I'm going to go in with Mildew from M.A.C Glide On Eye Pencil. It kind of looks like that Humid shade. I'm just going to apply this on my waterline. First of all, I'm going to go in with that Humid shade, which is very similar to this eyeliner. And I'm just going to go in with a blender brush and soften everything a bit. And I think I'm going to take some of that lime colour we have right in that centre and just blend. I'm going to go in with that Plummage colour again, and just where we've connected it, I'm just going to deepen that up. And now what I think I'm going to do is do a black wing. Okay, so I'm using the Master Precise Liquid Eyeliner from Maybelline. And I'm just going to start marking out the template, kind of mapping out where and how thick I want it. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution's Liquid Eyeliner. Okay, so we've created a really sort of thick eyeliner, and I'm now going to wing it out, but I'm going to use that pen again. So yeah, so we're doing thick, bold eyeliner, which I'm not mad about, but just wish it had told me. So I'm just going to neaten that up. I'm taking a skin toned concealer. I'm just taking a small amount, and I'm taking it on a F75 brush from Sigma. Make sure you wipe off any black that you get on the brush, because you don't want to then transfer that again. I love this brush because it is so precise, like the edge is just so neat. And you can really carve out. For eyelashes, I'm thinking about doing the Bohemian Princess from House of Lashes. I'm just going to curl my own eyelashes first. And they say that you should curl false lashes as well. So I'm going to go in with my lashes. I've curled them, prepped them, all that jazz. I'm just going to start bending it because it seems to have lost its shape. So I'm just going to bend the edges so it's more eye-shaped. So all I'm doing is popping them close to the lash line as possible. Okay, so now that I have the lashes on, I'm just going to wait for like the glue to really dry and for them to sort of settle more. So yeah, I'm going to move on to my brows. The product I'm going to go in with is the Gosh Clear Defining Brow Gel. I've been watching my videos, especially just recently. I have been adoring this product. So I basically wipe off most of the product off the brush, but then I just brush my hairs through so that they're in the position that I kind of want them to be, and also they're kind of already setting. I find if I do this as the last step, it can make my brows look really crispy and really goopy and thick. So if I apply it first, do all the other products and all the other steps, and then brush it through, my brows have still got some staying power to them, but they just look a lot more natural. So I'm now going to move on to my brows. So the second thing I do after applying clear brow gel through my eyebrow hairs is use the NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil. Basically I use this as a sort of eye brightener, so I just apply it more just underneath the brow. Then I take a flat brush and I'm just going to start moving that product, blending it out up to the edge of the brow. Normally I do this before I put makeup on because I will just have to alter my eyeshadow a bit. Basically just give me a template to work to. But now I'm going to go in with the Dip Brow Pomades. Take an amount on the brush and apply it into the lid, and that's what I work from. I don't want to really cake up my brush too much. Okay, so I pick some up on my brush. I'm just going to start working on the underneath of my brow. So I'm not sure if you can see, but I've applied like a crisp line under my brow. And then I'm just following my tail, like so. And I just create that line, that sort of guideline. Do the same on the other side too. I'm going to start the top template. Okay, so I sort of start at the start of my eye, all the way at the front of the brow. And then I'm kind of using the side of the brush to create the arch and sort of fill in that area. So for the front of the brow, I kind of turn the brush upwards like so. Just sort of stamp some brush hairs. So then I brush through my brow like I said, and then it kind of just lays the hairs where I want them to, and because I've already got some brow gel on, they lay quite nicely. And then basically to then set that product and make sure that that product really does not budge, and to just fill it in and make it look a little bit more dense, I then go in with a makeup eyeshadow from M.A.C, which is this brown right here, which I use all the time. I'm sure you've seen it in my makeup tutorials before. I just take that on a 266 angle brush. I just tap brush it in the product, and then I just start following the lines I've created. This tail here I just fill it in, make it more of a blob. Whereas up here I kind of do sort of stroke, and then here I just brush forward. And then obviously I do it to the other brow as well. And then when I'm finished with them, I just brush them through again, just to sort of settle that powder, brush away any excess, just make them look a bit more natural. And then that's literally my brows are done. Taking that brown shade from that Dior palette again, I'm just buffing over that edge where we kind of disturbed it with that jumbo eye pencil, and just making that line not so harsh. So for the highlight, I'm literally just taking that same colour as we did before. And I'm also just going to pop it in that inner corner and just really sort of liven that up again. I'm going to just finish off with my eyes, so I'm just going to use some eyelash colours. These are the ones that don't have the metal all the way round, if that makes sense. So these ones are sort of normal, they have the metal all the way around. These ones don't, and these ones are perfect. I'm not sure what brand these are, but these ones are perfect for nipping your false eyelashes, making sure that they're in line. But it's great, especially if you've applied them a little bit too high up, it will just move them down into position. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the same brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going to start blending away this baking powder, or the powder we've used to bake is not actual baking powder. I just realised I haven't actually done my contour and I've just brushed it away. See like how natural the nose looks now that we've blended it in. I'm just going to use the Havana from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I'm just going to take that on my M.A.C 135 brush. I love this brush. I'm just going to set where we applied that cream bronzer, that's Solar Tandy Chanel. I just applied a little bit on my nose just to add that sun-kissed look to the whole face. And I'm also applying it down my neck because my neck is so pale. Not that my body's any better, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to apply just a tiny bit of contour, which is again that fawn shade. I'm just contouring the very out part of my cheekbone, just to add a tiny bit of definition, or just to enhance that definition. Also my jawline, because I want to get rid of this double chin. Blend that down so there's no harsh line. think that's it really. I think I'm gonna go in with a sort of rosy tan blush. I think I'm gonna go in with this one, which is Blush Baby from M.A.C. And it's just like a rosy tan. I'm just going to apply that with a Duo Fiber brush, which is the F15 from Sigma. Just swirl it around in that product. I think I need to go in with highlighter next. But for my nose, I'm going to go for more of a subtle highlighter. So I'm just going to go in with Sand from the Contour Kit again. I'm just using a pencil brush. I'm just going to apply this onto the little snout area. I'm just going to blend it in a little bit. For my face, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight. Starlight? Yeah, Starlight is completely crumbled and broken, but I'm just going to roll with it. Apply it to the sort of outer areas. I don't want to apply it over any large pores because it can really accentuate them. You're just going to apply it to the sort of outer half. It's going to be such a long tutorial. And then what I need to do is just remove my lip balm. Highlighting my Cupid's bow. Go in with my mascara. I'm going to go in with the Last Sensational from Maybelline. I'm just going to use that to stick my real lashes to the false lashes. I'm going to go in with a couple of different lip products. I think I'm going to go in with Milkshake from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is a very baby pink shade. I'm just going to apply just a couple on the back of my hand, and I'm going to add a hint of Retro Coral into that and just add a little bit more because that is a beautiful shade. And then I'm going to mix it together. I'm just going in with the lip brush. I'm just mixing those together. Let's try, and I'm actually going to go back through my brows with my Brow Artist Plumper from L'Oreal. I haven't used this in a long time. Just so it keeps my brow hairs in place. Okay, and then that is the look finished. I'm just going to set my face into place using the Makeup Revolution's Pro Fix Oil Controlling Fixing Spray. Just settle any powders and also make the makeup last longer. Okay, and I think that is everything. So I really hope you enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me. Here is the look for you. I'll also zoom in so you can see. So it's just really kind of dramatic, yet the skin is very natural. So the skin's very natural, the brows are very natural, but then you've got the main focus on the eyes and the lip. I actually really like how it came out. I think it's very sort of subtle and blended on the eyes with a really bold wing, some really nice fluttery natural lashes, and a really pretty pink coral lip, which I really like. I really like this for sort of summer. I'm actually really loving how my skin is looking. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin whatsoever. I can touch it and it just feels like my skin. So I really hope you enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me with this green smoky eye with a beautiful pink springtime lip. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.